Why is it so hard to change? If you have ever tried to lose weight, gain strength, stop drinking so much, eat better, and you started out with the best of intentions, and then 3 weeks later, you're sitting on the couch eating reasonable fries and with a cool beer, you know what I'm talking about. Something is pulling us back all the time into the old habits that we don't want and that we have decided are no longer serving us, yet it's so hard to keep better habits going. And the one mechanism that holds you back is called your sympathetic nervous system. What the sympathetic nervous system does, it monitors the chemical composition in your body and wants to maintain that. So if you have been stressed for a prolonged period of time, your chemical composition in your body includes a lot of cortisol. The moment you are relaxed and that cortisol flushes out of your body, your sympathetic nervous system goes haywire. It says, hey, wait a minute, where's my cortisol? Right? And then it triggers to the brain an information saying, you know what, we miss cortisol. Do something to raise the cortisol levels for us. And what's the easiest way to raise your cortisol level? Just think about work, or the problems at work, or perceived problems, or maybe your finances, or maybe the way you look. That's where most people fall flat on their face. It's the sympathetic nervous system triggering action that no longer serves you. Question now is how to do it. You literally need to mind wrestle your sympathetic nervous system into submission. And you do that by directing your emotions and your thoughts towards a new vision of yourself. When you think about it, most emotions that you have are a memory of the past. Maybe somebody at one point in your life cheated on you and now you don't trust somebody anymore. Maybe you've started out in a high pressure job and you build up that cortisol and you thrive on killing fires and chasing deadlines. And now that created that cortisol level in your body and you feel that excitement and energy and vibrancy, but it no longer serves you. Because we get older and the body can only take so much anyway. Maybe you pursued a business idea once and you went bankrupt. Maybe you had a great friendship and they stabbed you in the back. All of this experience trigger an emotion that lingers. So your emotions are a memory of the past. They're not who you are today. They're not who you can be in the future. How do I know that? Wherever you are in life right now, you totally made it up. I don't know you right now. I don't know who's watching this, but wherever you are, you could have made different choices in your life. Instead of becoming a project manager, you could have become a researcher. Instead of becoming an accountant, you could have become an archaeologist, whatever. So at one point, you had a vision of yourself, how and who you would want to be in the future. And then you took action. And these actions that you took created emotions. This emotion created a chemical composition in your body. And now where you are, that chemical composition, these emotions are no longer serving you. They served you once, but not today. So your task really is to change a vision of yourself and then build the energy around it to get you there. Because once you change your energy, you change your emotions. And you change your emotions, you change the chemical composition in your body. The one mechanism that we have to achieve that is meditation. What meditation does for you, it moves the activity in your brain from the frontal lobe to other areas in the brain that make you more constructive and calmer. And especially when you're in a high pressure job and you're stressed and you're already at that stress level that high, and if you think about my left hand here being the hand where you blow the top, whenever there's a crisis, there's really just a small area that you can deal with in order to build resilience and deal with the situation constructively. If your baseline of calmness is much lower, if it's here, and up here on the left is where you blow the top, and the crisis comes, you have a much higher range to deal with that. Here's my favorite routine to do this. You wake up and meditate. There are resources out there that you can try, but whatever works for you right now is good. And just make sure that your level of calmness goes down so that you have that range. And then think about the version of you in the future. Where do you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, next year? And make it up. You made it up before, you can make it up now. And maybe at this point you're thinking, Andrew, that's too far out there for me, or other of my clients that will tell me, Andrew, I've tried this before, meditation doesn't work, or it's too hard. Of course it's hard. You don't go to the gym and lift like a 5-pound dumbbell and you think you're fit for life, right? You start small and then you build up muscle and you do it every day. Even if your muscles hurt the next day, or you think you cannot make it to that one session because it's so hard. Because there's one thing that I do know. If you wake up at the same time every morning, get out of bed on the same side every morning, walk into the same shower every morning, washing your same armpit, first every morning, have the same breakfast every morning, go to the same computer, the same office, drive the same route, working on the same kind of project, working with the same kind of people every day, how do you want to change? And in order to do that, you've got to lower that baseline of calmness so that you have that range to invite new thoughts in it, new ideas, new practices, and the time to mind wrestle your sympathetic nervous system into submission. Because if you don't, I guarantee you for sure it will pull you back. If you are a team leader and you have ever had a conversation with a team member who was slipping and falling behind and downhearted, and you had an hour conversation or half-hour conversation and you pumped them up and you thought, great, I've got them back on track, and you meet them a week later and they're back where they were, that's exactly what happened. And then we're trying to fix that with training, performance improvement plans, benefits, other incentives, what have you, but it usually doesn't work. It's short-lived. If you do not recondition your sympathetic nervous system, it's not going to work. And the one mechanism that makes that happen is meditation. And here are some ideas for you that you can implement right away. Number one, when you wake up in the morning, don't get up right away and check emails or run your chores or wake up the kids and make breakfast. Take some time for yourself to meditate. Find a meditation that you like. There are apps out there like Calm, for example, or Headspace. They have great meditation. You find them on YouTube. I personally use Dr. Joe Dispenza's morning and evening meditation. Has done wonders for me. Both are 23-minute meditation, and they really get your mind rewired for a new version, a better version of yourself. And that way you start your reprogramming. Because when you wake up doing the same thing, checking emails, has there ever been anything positive, enlightening in your email box in the morning? No. So why do you go there first? Because your sympathetic nervous system gets exactly what it wants. More stress, more cortisol, and it does not serve you. So take that 20 minutes for you. Maybe start with 10 and start meditating. Second, when you're done with that, get up, read something inspiring. Not a business journal, not a company report, something inspiring. Maybe a novel or any book that you like, but it has to be inspiring. And then plan for 20 minutes how you want to structure your day. What do you want to get out of the day that will support your version of yourself? And when you start your day like that, you have already set yourself up in a totally different way. And over time, you will quiet down that sympathetic nervous system, or give that sympathetic nervous system a composition that it now craves. That's why happy people will find things that make them happier, right? Because the sympathetic nervous system tells them, give me that serotonin, give me that oxytocin, I want that, right? Stressful people, they will always find something stressful because the sympathetic nervous system says, give me stress, I need cortisol. But here's the kicker, it will take about 30 days for you to feel that change. How do I know that? There once was an experiment that was conducted by NASA, and they put goggles on people's faces that made them see the world upside down, and now they had to adjust to that new reality. So imagine the hand coming down from from up there reaching out to you and say hello, and you need to reach down to actually shake that hand. And of course, that's difficult in the beginning, but here's what we've learned. Something happens in the brain after about 25 or 30 days, somewhere in that time period, where the brain switches. We do not know what it is, but something makes that brain switch, and it becomes very normal. You can act within that environment very easily. But there's a caveat. The people that took off the goggles once, they never got there. So whenever you took out the goggles, you start from day one. It's the same with meditation, and it's lowering that level or the base level of calmness. Do it for 30 days. Follow that routine every morning. 20 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of reading something inspiring, and 20 minutes of planning your day in terms of how do you want to feel at the end and what the outcomes are that you want. If you don't do it once, if you don't do it every day for 30 days, you begin from scratch. And that also includes weekends. So do this now and enjoy the process. Let me know how that changed your life. Give me your comments here. Send me an email, send me a note. I really, really want to know. Put a video in here, before and after, whatever you have, but share with me how your life has changed just by bringing down that level of calmness and by tricking or mind wrestling your sympathetic nervous system into submission.